Tesla China just released a statement correcting Giga Shanghai's January shutdown and correcting the shutdown rumor. It has posted a correction to recent reports alleging that Gigafactory Shanghai's production will be shut down from January 20 to 31st of 2023. So yesterday, Reuters published a report claiming that Tesla China will be reducing Giga Shanghai's output next month. The publication claimed that the China-based electric vehicle manufacturing plant would only be active for 17 days since production would be paused from January 20 to 31st. Reuters cited an internal schedule as the source of its information. In response to the recent reports, a representative from Tesla China shared a correction to local media outlet Beijing.com. According to Tesla China, the dates outlined in the recent reports were inaccurate, as Giga Shanghai's workers would only be getting an extra day off before and after the Chinese New Year. It's a prolonged holiday. For context, the Chinese New Year for 2023 will fall on January 22nd, a Sunday, so workers will typically get January 21 to 27 off as per China highlights. Here's a quote I want to share with you. The rumored information about Tesla's holiday is not accurate. In fact, most of the employees at Shanghai Gigafactory will be on holiday from January 20 to 28, which will be 1 day longer than the statutory holiday before and after, allowing everyone to flexibly arrange their homecoming time. Tesla China also said some employees have spent the holidays in place for the past 2 years and have not been home for the new year for several years. Also, during this period, some workshops still need to continue to operate at high speed, and we have made preparations for the relevant arrangements, the Tesla China representative noted, and this is translated via DeepL Translator. So you see, Reuters is wrong again. What a shocker, right? I always shake my head actually when they hide behind sources familiar with the situation. That was a quote, which in this case, who knows, could have been a DoorDash driver chatting with a couple of fired employees being shown the door. Could this be? Could be. Now, while Tesla China's statement suggests that the company may be easing off the accelerator and letting its employees have some rest, the upgrades that were rolled out to Giga Shanghai this year mean that the facility could still produce a substantial number of electric vehicles in January despite fewer production days. With this in mind, Tesla China's January schedule may not be too bearish at all, and we need to keep this in mind, friends. So Tesla's production cuts this month come at a time when China is facing disruptions in manufacturing operations due to the end of its zero-COVID policy. The general auto sector in China has also been facing some difficulties, though new energy vehicles, they're called NEVs, produced by companies such as BYD, have seen notable success as of late. BYD is rising to be a really good competitor to Tesla in China and elsewhere. Now, on a brighter note, Tesla has confirmed that its 4680 battery cell production, as I reported a couple of days ago, has now reached a level that can support the production of over 1,000 cars a week. This is a very good news. The 4680 battery cell is a new format that Tesla unveiled back in 2020 as the automaker's first cell developed from ground up. In the past, Tesla had been involved in cell development, but it was mainly about tuning the chemistry of existing 18650 and 2170 battery cell formats. Now, Tesla planned to develop a cell of its own with a much bigger format enabled by a tabless design. Tesla also planned to manufacture the cells itself along through partnerships with existing cell manufacturers. That was more than 2 years ago, and we haven't had a clear look at the progress of Tesla's own 4680 battery cell production. Tesla has held tightly to its battery cell manufacturing data. We don't know much about this manufacturing data because, like I said, Tesla has been holding tightly. The last official data point that Tesla released was the first 1 million cells completed at its pilot plant in Fremont, and that was back in February 2022. In Fremont, next door, Tesla has Caddo Road project where it's building the batteries, but it's a small capacity. Since then, Tesla has only released a few statements about percentage increases in its production rate without confirming the actual production rate. So 2 days ago, Tesla confirmed the actual production rate for the first time, stating that the team produced 868,4680 battery cells over the last week. That means about 1 million batteries in 1 week and growing. So congrats to the 4680 cell team on achieving 868k sales plus in the last 7 days, equal to 1,000 cars, Tesla wrote on its Twitter channel, which has become more active lately. That's enough to produce 1,000 Model Ys weekly. The cells are used to produce one type of Model Y vehicles with a structural battery pack at Gigafactory, Texas. Alongside the pilot plant in Fremont, the automaker is also establishing higher volume production at the Texas plant for a shorter supply chain. While Tesla battery supply constraints have eased up over the last year thanks to suppliers ramping up production, a lot of the automaker's growth in 2023 is expected to be tied to its capacity to ramp up the 4680 battery cell production. So how fast Tesla will ramp up this battery production is key to its success, because Tesla is going to have the new models, especially the Cybertruck. Therefore, this milestone is good to hit just ahead of the new year. So what do you think about this, friends? If Tesla can ramp up the production of these batteries, it's a very good sign that Tesla will do really well, or should do really well, in the new upcoming year in 2023, because Tesla will need these batteries for probably the Cybertruck. Tesla can use these batteries in the Model Y. Tesla can actually use these batteries probably or using in its Tesla Semi, which it started to send to its new customers, Frito-Lay and actually PepsiCo. So Tesla will need a lot of batteries. Also, the bad news actually about this is that we were expecting this production rate of Tesla's batteries to be achieved, I believe, in October. Right now it's in December, end of December, 2 months late, which is not bad because we were expecting this to come later. But at least we can see the progress of Tesla battery production. Tesla needs to have its own batteries, because making your own batteries with your own research will make them cost less than buying it from, let's say, CATL, Panasonic, LG Energy, or others. So this is good news. Now we have many important catalysts for Tesla in 2023. Ramp up of the production of these batteries, 4680 batteries. Also the ramp up of production, Tesla Semis getting more customers. Tesla Cybertruck start of production and ramping them up. Twitter drama is kind of settling down now. Elon Musk said he will not sell any more stocks in the foreseeable future of the upcoming 2 years. So, and the production of hopefully coming of new gigafactories and production of new cars, introduction of new cars. So what do you think about all of this, friends? Let me know your thoughts, and if you found this report informative, give us thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. Tweet it out, share in social media, and subscribe to our channel if you are here first time, and I'll see you soon in our next report. God bless you, and I look forward to your comments in the comment section below.